Okay, let's go. Bonjour à tous. Good morning or good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Dassault Systèmes SolidWorks. I trust that everybody is doing great. I'm really happy to have you all here. I know for some of you it's probably very early, and from some others very, very late. But this webinar contains only very good and interesting things for you. So please stay with us. Again, welcome to Dassault Systèmes SolidWorks and to this webinar, Get Your Startup Off the Ground with SolidWorks. So during this session, you will be able to ask your questions in the chat. Myself and all the speakers will answer you live after the presentation. And for sure, last but not least, you will be able to watch the recorded webinar on the YouTube channel SolidWorks France. We will also come back to you if you want to be contacted by our team. This question will appear during the webinar next. First and foremost, let's make some presentations as we have some people around the table today. Myself, I'm Axel Eraoui, a startup ecosystem management specialist at Dassault Systèmes SolidWorks, and I'm pleased to be today with Thomas Fator from the startup LIUM. Welcome, Thomas. I let you introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Axel. Thomas, I'm the co-founder and CTO of LIUM. I'm a former mechanical engineer, and today my job is to make LIUM's solution fly. But I will talk about this later.
Thank you very much, Thomas. It's a pleasure to have you here today. Now we have Leo Bridier from Dassault Systèmes SolidWorks. So same, Leo, I let you introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, Leo Bridier. I am apprentice partner sales manager. I'm working also like Axel on the development of our startups offer, and I am very pleased to be with you guys today.
Thank you very much, Leo. Great to have you here. I want to know more about Dassault Systèmes SolidWorks, what we are doing, and this is your part actually. So let's come back on it later. This webinar will be mainly dedicated to the story of LIUM, a French startup based in Orange in the south of France. This startup joined our program last year. I'm sure it will be an inspiring story for all of us and maybe gives you a small push to move forward if you're willing to create your startup or even to follow the same path as Thomas and launch your own startup. So also we will share with you some insights to launch your startup. And at the end of the session, Thomas and our team will be pleased to answer all of your questions that you may have. So don't hesitate to write them in the chat. Talking about startup, this makes me very curious. I would like to know who in the audience have the idea to launch their startup. We got a lot of yes. Okay, so for the people who want actually to create their startup, I think we will share a lot of very good insights for you. But also for the people who don't want to create their startup, this will be very just good for you too. So talking, yeah. So Thomas, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. Nice to talk about us and our collaboration with Solidworks.
Perfect. So may I ask you some questions about your startup?
You can.
Perfect. So could you please tell us a bit more about your company?
Yeah, sure. So LIUM is a startup that I co-founded with a friend from mechanical engineering school 3 years ago. And our current mission is to develop a solution to help industrial sites and sensitive sites to improve their security and their safety by developing a tethered balloon system. So to summarize, a tethered balloon is like unusual airships, the one that used to fly during the last century, but smaller. And this one is tightened to the floor, to the ground, to fly at 100 meters, and bending cameras and sensors. Its mission is to provide a novel view of a sites, of very large sites like nuclear power plants or refineries, to detect some incidents and hazards like fires, gas leaks, but for the safety also intruders, malicious acts, even terror acts, in order to detect them earlier and to help the security and safety teams to be more efficient. But we also help them to be more efficient during the incident. For example, we can provide a novel view of a fire on an industrial site to help the firefighters to save more easily people and to shut down the fire quicker.
This is great. I mean, yeah, the security in the company. This is a very good point to address. Yeah, it's very, very nice. I heard that you were 2 people in your company, right?
Yeah, that's right. There is actually we are 3 since like 2 weeks ago. So there is my co-founder who is the CEO. I am the CTO, and we have someone, an apprentice, whose job is to help us to develop our communication on social media, to make videos in order to be known and become renowned, to help the people to know more about tethered balloons.
Great. And but how did you know each other?
We knew each other at the engineering school, like from the first year, and we had the opportunity to make a 6-month internship together, creating our own project in South Africa. So it was our first real collaboration. And back in 2016, we already thought about creating a company as soon as possible to accomplish a mission, and using our abilities and our know-how in mechanical engineering. And so many years later, in 2021, just after the COVID crisis, we decided to create LIUM and to change the world.
This is always very good.
like everybody wants.
May I show a little video of your project right now?
Yeah, for sure. It will be easier for everybody to understand
Good.
What we are developing.
Yeah.
So this is where I am currently in the Avignon airport. As you can see, the plane and the hangars. So it offers us opportunities to make the balloon fly easier, because this is an open area, and as the Avignon airport is quite small, it's easier to make things fly besides all the planes. So what you are watching is our first proof of concept. So this is a balloon that we have bought 2 years ago in order to demonstrate what the solution will be. And so as you can see, the goal is to offer a large-scale overview of an airport in this case. And the reason why we are different from our competitors is the ground station on the trailer that we are currently developing and assembling, that enables any user to move the balloon inside this ground station from one point to another quickly and easier, keeping the whole balloon inflated. So what you saw was just a proof of concept, but we are developing a solid structure on a trailer that enables to make the balloon fly very easily without being an expert in tethered airships. So, for example, any security member of an industrial site will be able, just pushing a button to resume, make the balloon fly and connect the whole electronic systems to the existing camera system in order to have an overview of the whole site, completing the IP cameras that are already installed in the site.
This is awesome. And just a very quick question. When did you decide to start the company?
I was thinking about it like at mid 2020 during the COVID crisis, actually. I've been an employee for 1 year, and after 1 year, I knew that it was the right moment to create my company. I know it's a debate if you should create a company as soon as possible or to wait to gain, but my opinion is to have experience creating the company and not before. And my co-founder had already created a company 1 year before we created LIUM, developing stratospheric balloons. But he closed the first company and we created this new one in the beginning of 2021.
Great. And is there a specific event that maybe pushed you to create this company in France or wherever?
It was a mix of the situation and the war in the world and personal reasons. For personal reasons, I wanted to have more sense in my life, in my job, and I wanted to take some risk in my life without risking to lose a lot of things because I'm still young, and at the beginning the reason why we created LIUM was to overfly forests, sensitive forests, to detect wildfires, especially a problem that occurs often in the south of France, where we are now. So this 2020 summers was very destructive for the forest. So this is the reason why we decided to create a flying solution that can fly longer than planes or helicopters without requiring pilots who take a lot of risks with the fire planes, the Canadaires in France. So this is precisely the reason why the reason why we created LIUM.
Perfect. I mean, this is a very good reason. And I guess your innovation will for sure help the world in this sense. So yeah,
and
this is very good.
And this is still a long-term goal to help the firefighters, but from, let's say, economical and political reasons, it was too early for them to adopt this innovation. So that's why we decided to do 180 turn and to address private sites and even private firefighters, because a lot of industrial sites have their own firefighters that will become our users.
And so and also another question, how was it? Yeah, let's talk about the first prototype. Like, how was it to develop it?
It was fully DIY. We just went to the closest DIY shop and we just order weather balloon. You know, that's the balloon that are used by um, um, the weather forecast people. Usually they just embed some sensors to measure the wind, the moisture, the temperature at different altitudes. So we bought this kind of balloon. We put under this balloon an iPhone that we didn't care anymore. We made it fly at 100 meters and we just had a view with a zoom meeting from the sky. And we already had found what's the name again? An open resource of intelligence, of artificial intelligence, what was supposed to detect a fire automatically. So we just downloaded this code, we implemented in our computer in order to try to detect a fire that we created, a small fire, a controlled fire, to detect it from the sky, just just behind the background of my parents. So it was quite emotional. It was our first experience, but you know, this is the best way to begin your adventure, because as an engineer I've been educated to think, to brainstorm a lot with a computer, but the best way to develop is to build it, to test it, maybe to destroy it, but then to improve and to go back to the computer, etc., etc. This is an infinite cycle, but virtuous cycle. So this is what happened for the first flight of LIUM, and it was in December 2020. I think you can even see the video on YouTube if you want. Compared to what we are doing now, 3 years later, it's funny. It's funny to see how it began and how it is now. And so yeah, in less than 1 month, we'll do our first ever flight with our last version on an industrial site, a nuclear power plant. So this is the next big step for us.
Awesome. This is amazing. And how did you find out about the SolidWorks for Startup program?
Actually, I was just looking for CAD software, and in my engineering school, we have been trained on CATIA V6, and during the last internship of my studies, I worked for 6 months on Solidworks. So I was quite used to using Solidworks or Dassault system software. So I just heard about on the social media about the startup program. I applied, and 2 days later I've been called, and it was like my birthday when they told me that we were accepted for the program for 3 years. So now we can use Solidworks almost every day in the week to develop the next version of our 7-button system.
And do you use also the 3D Experience platform?
Yeah, I use it to collaborate with the supplier of our balloon, because we designed the shape of our next balloon, not the one you are seeing on the picture, but the next one.
Mm-hmm.
I designed it with SolidWorks, and he made us he let us share the whole design and collaborate with our supplier who also used the 3D experience, luckily for us. So it was good for collaborations and also to manage all the parts and the assemblies directly on the cloud. Whereas many years before, I was used to upload, to save everything on my own computer, but now I can use it on any computer, either if I'm at the office or if I'm somewhere else on my laptop.
Great. And what would you say to someone that is thinking to start a new business?
Do it now. Don't think too much and become a maker. This is one of the greatest lesson I learned since I created LIUM, is that thinking is good, but making is better. So you need to think before acting, to not do dangerous things, of course, especially when you do flying things like this on sensitive sites. But as soon as you have the solution and the abilities to build it and to test it, just do it, like the Nike boss said.
Perfect. Thanks a lot for your time, Thomas.
Pleasure.
This is very an inspiring story. So yeah, thank you very much.
You're
Now,
welcome.
I will give the floor to Leo, who will show you what Dassault System can do to help you to develop your startup. So, Leo, I give you the floor.
Yes, so thank you, Thomas and Axel, for this exchange. It was very inspirational. So now let's understand what this program is all about. But first, let's start by introducing what is Dassault System and SolidWorks for the viewers who maybe don't know the company. So we are a French scientific company specialized in product development tools with more than 40 years of experience. The company was founded in 1981 by our CEO, Bernard Charles. And at the beginning, SolidWorks was an American startup with probably like LIUM, the willingness to change the world we live in. And it was acquired, bought by Dassault System in 1997. So Dassault System has always support the innovation through startup, and in consequence of that, they have developed a specific program for this target. So in the last 12 months, we received 7,000 startups application, and more than 4,000 startups were eligible, were chosen for to enter this program. So we are known, and I would say we are renowned for two things, such as our 3D experience platform, which is a collaborative platform in which you can connect all the all the software galaxy, of Dassault System, such as SolidWorks, the leading product development tool on the market. So now let's understand what is 3D Experience SolidWorks. So this solution allows company to answer to most of the industrial challenge that they face. And this is what we are offering to our startup program. So all of the startups selected in the program benefits from the premium SolidWorks premium offer, which includes design to create pieces, to create assemblies, fastly, shaping to create with the new X apps 3D Creator and 3D Sculptor, for example, to create more easily organic shapes like this helmet and the surfaces easily. Another very interesting module, I think, for startups is the rendering. Because we have some startups that use this tool to pitch their product to investors with very realistic pictures of their product, with even before its production. We also have a virtual reality module. Some startups need to experience their design in life size and stereoscopic visualization to, for example, detect defects early, to take immediate decision on their design. Then we also have the simulation portfolio, which is very, very broad. We often speak about the notion of ModSim at Dassault Systèmes, which means unifying modelization and simulation in the process of designing to test or design and validate the product. The goal of simulation is to reduce prototyping, and we all know that prototyping could be very costly in some case. So we have a very broad portfolio from structural to more advanced simulation. It could be electromagnetism, for example. We have more and more antenna and startups that developed products connected. We also have simulation for computational fluid dynamics, for plastic injection, motion, durability. And all of these tools are benefiting from the Abacus solver, which is a structural simulation solver technology. And it is a powerful renowned tool in the simulation world. And optimization, for sure, with Solidworks, you can optimize the center of gravity, for example, of your products, select the materials the most adapted, reduce weight. So many other things. You see, we could also speak about manufacturing, about production, about 3D printing, about eco-design, but I will let you contact us if you have any specific questions. So since many years now, our Solidworks is connected to the 3D Experience platform, meaning that you are managing all of your files, but not only your CAD files, in a unified platform. So this platform allows you to collaborate. It means attributing tasks to your collaborators, create communities. You can also make some market analysis based on your industry, based on social media. And then you also have an important tool that is the marketplace, where you can find the service providers and other companies to help you develop your product. So seeing to this network of partners is also, I think, a game changer for startups. And then you have also all the project management tools for governance to create a Gantt diagram. And all of this platform answers to the highest level of security in terms of RGPD, in terms of ISO, which is really, I think, a strong benefit, because all of our startups have the same level of security as our very sensitive clients in, for example, the defense industry. And we all know that small companies are very, unfortunately, affected by cyber attacks. So I think that's really a good benefit. So after this slide, I will present our eligibility criteria to access to this program, because of course there are some. But as you can see, this program, the lifetime of it is in 3 years. And what I would like to say is that, unlike mobile subscription, for example, there is no engagement. And it is important because it's what our startup are asking for: flexibility, low or zero investment. It means that a startup engaged or sponsored in the program can whenever stop, even in the middle of the year, for example, its participation. So the role of this program is to encourage innovation with the first year and access to no cost to 3D Experience Solidworks and a discount of 90% of all advanced solution. And just a little comment on this sentence, because what I would like to say is that with 3D Experience SolidWorks and the tools you will receive, the portfolio answers to more than 80% of our traditional clients. But it's always good to know that if you need a very specific module solution, we will have it. And you will get a discount. Then the second year, you will receive 70% of discounts. And the third year, 50%. And after this program, you will be considered mature and you will benefit from the traditional commercial offer. So how to qualify? I think the most important criteria is to design your own project, be a hardware startup. There is also the less than 5 years in business, less than $1 million in revenue. So I chose this slide just to illustrate the fact that we have clients in every type of industry. So for example, one startup that I really like is at the top, Spark Charge. It's, I think, an American company. And Josh is the founder of this company. And what is interesting is that at the beginning, they have no funds. And they are a portable electric vehicle chargers company that allows electric vehicles owners to charge their car anytime and anywhere. And now the company is estimated more than $100 million. So it's a huge success story, and they create and developed all of the battery and the product on 3D Experience SolidWorks. Then another example could be Vandercraft on the bottom left, which is a French company that developed and now commercialized exoskeletal robots that enable paraplegic and disabled people to walk again. So I really like the social part of this startup. Then Eliorec is based in Nantes, and they are producing offshore solar panels. So as you can see, we have clients in every type of industry: high-tech, transportation, mobility, marine, offshore, etc., etc. So we have sponsored more than 12,000 startups through this program, and this program was was created in 2015. So that's quite a lot now of startups. We are also partnering with accelerators, with incubators, and I will present you next our program for incubators. So what is the value proposition of 3D Experience SolidWorks for startups? At the beginning, we have no investment required. So that's really, I think, a game changer for our startups, because it's always complicated to have funds at the beginning. We have the technical help of the partners. Each startup selected is helped by a partner, which follow the startup in its everyday use of our softwares. And another thing is the Dassault system marketing team that helps every day our startups to communicate on their innovation. It was the case today with Thomas and LIUM. And the invitation to startup as well to participate to event, to network, to webinars, etc., etc. What an important thing that I also didn't mention is that all of our startups receive some learnings with a specific role called 3D Experience Working Learner. And this role helps them to gain knowledge about our solution. So if there are incubator, accelerators, or a startup community maybe watching us, be aware that we also have a program for you that allow you to access to 10 SolidWorks 3D Experience license for your startup members. And for that, you must be an accelerator, an incubator, or a startup communities or promoter working with hardware startups.
Thank you so much, Leo. So
Thank
what
you.
would be the
Yeah. Thank you. If you have any question, so don't hesitate at the end to ask your question in the chat, and we will answer every question. If we don't have the time during this session, it will be by email. And
so just what would be then the last word? I should learn SolidWorks, right?
yes, you should learn Solidworks for sure.
Perfect. So now we'll go a bit fast as the time is running. I wanted to share with you some tips for startup. Just if you already have created the company, but then I wanted just to tell you that with the 3D Experience platform, you can do the market validation. As in it, you can do a market research, for example. Then about the patent and the first prototype, you can prototype you can make your prototype in the 3D Experience platform on SolidWorks then directly in it. Then if you go to see some capital ventures or some investors, you can show them directly through the 3D Experience platform. And then the first client test, well, thanks to also this platform, you will be able to make just one prototype and not trying and trying and trying to do one. Just if you prototype it on SolidWorks, then you just have to build it once. The starter program seen by our users, it seems, and it is, as I'm using it every day, very easy to use the 3D Experience platform, and the starter program is tailor-made for the startups. Then about the collaboration, as Thomas said it before, well, he's collaborating directly on the 3D Experience platform, and this is very easy, makes the world very easy. You don't have to send mails, you don't have to share on Google Drive. It's everything into the platform. The cloud is here even to help you. This makes it way more easier, as you can connect yourself on whatever the device, wherever you are, and at any time. And for sure, the support of our partners that are here if you have any issue. Yeah, this is a different part. I wanted to share with you some words about recruiting into a startup. What do I mean by delegate? Yeah, when you are starting your company, you're used to work alone. You're alone on your tasks, and maybe you don't want to, you are not used to share your work. So if you recruit a new person, here is the deal. It's a good way also to don't tell this person you have to work like this. As it is a startup, you can maybe let this person show you a new way how to work. So, and this is also part of the innovation, and this will make the company grow even more and faster. Then understand the company for the person that will arrive in your company. So this will take around maybe 6 months to 1 year. This person will not be probably operational after the first week, as the processes are all new. This is a new company, so the processes are not probably not yet done, and this person will show you how she or he sees the processes, how they have to be. Also see in the future. Yeah, to see in the future, this is way much more complicated than just doing a PowerPoint presentation or do a new Excel sheet. Yeah, here I just wanted to tell you that to be in a startup is an adventure. It's a roller coaster. you can start the day with an amazing news into your 3D experience platform, or by receiving a mail. But also in the afternoon, you can have such a very bad news. So here, I just want to share with you that to launch a startup is it's hard, and better be prepared emotionally, and for sure to be curious. This is also a point that I wanted to share with you, because I don't have them in mind right now, but some good TED Talks, for example, that you can watch. To me, this is also a good start. The last word, the to be united is to me a very good key factor for for the startup. And three more points. The organization. In fact, the organization is for sure a key factor. The culture. Why did you create your startup? And the human relations, as to have the best team ever. So let's do a little quick survey right now.
It's 50-50.
50-50, yeah. So, now, is there some questions?
Yes. Do you want, Axel, that I read the question to you?
Yes, please.
So we have many questions from Marwan Begas, who is asking, do we have to pay the year 2 and the year 3 in advance?
No, as Leo said, there is no commitment, and it is a tailor-made program. So we will adapt our offer when it will be the moment for you. So don't worry about it.
Okay, good. Another question is, how many users can have the software for free during the year 1?
We can go until 5 users. So 5 users in your team will have the software for free. If there is more than 5 users, then it will be a 90% discount for all above 5.
Then I have another question. Does Dassault system help with seed funding or network of venture capitals, I think?
Well, I think I have to ask some team in the company that are handling the relationships with the venture capitals. Just send us a mail to the email I will share with you just after, and for sure we will come back to you.
That's all. That's all for me and for the question, I think.
Okay, so we can end on this, and thank everyone for joining this webinar today. Stay tuned for more inspiring stories to come, because this is the first one, and we will make some more. So be ready. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Axel, for the invitation.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Thomas. It was a pleasure.
Thank
For
you,
me
Leo.
too. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.